Hello. And I have to be honest and say, I completely forgot about my starters this evening. It is very late, and I was just about to go to bed and realized, oh my goodness, I forgot all about my starters. So let's take a look and see how they are doing. So here you can see my starters. Betty, the brown rice starter, is becoming a little more active, and there's Bob just bubbling away and very, very happy, obviously. I think it did reach its peak, and I don't even think it started lowering yet, but you can see that Susie rose right up to here and has now dropped to here. So she's definitely hungry and ready for a feed. So let's go check out what they look like inside. Last but not least, Bob. We're going to give Bob a feed as well. As you can tell, it's still very bubbly and active despite the cold and has grown and fallen. But you can see here, it's a little more liquidy than usual. It's not as thick. I will give it a stir and show you. So you can see this is often what my starter looks like just before when it needs to have a feed. It has just fallen and it's looking a little bit more liquidy, not quite as thick. And if I had left it any longer and didn't feed it, it would still have activity in the morning, but you might see some hooch on the top. So what I'm going to do is actually just feed Bob a little snack. And believe it or not, Bob has been doing amazingly well, even considering the cold, cold weather. So I'm just going to continue on with the way I have been feeding it, with discarding all but 30 grams, feeding 50 grams of water and 50 grams of flour. And we'll see how it does. Because I'm still building the starter, I do want to see it being very vigorous, and it is. And I think it's almost ready. So I'm just going to continue feeding, even if I have to decrease the amount of feed. Today I forgot. And so that was all right. The temperature actually worked to my advantage, the cold temperature, and it slowed down the fermentation. So that actually worked out really well. But tomorrow we'll see how they are in the morning. But the plan is to feed them twice a day, just to help them to get as vigorous and healthy as we can. Once these starters have gone through their 2-week establishment period, then we'll be able to place them in the fridge and use them to make our leavens, which will just continue to get stronger over time as we keep replenishing these starters and feeding them as they need. So there we are. So I will just give it a clean. I will cover it up, move the elastic, and put it in the nest until tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful sleep, and I'll see you tomorrow. In the post below is the materials list of everything that you'll need in order to make our first loaf of sourdough in a couple of days. So please take a look and make sure you're all prepared. Good night.